Youngblood issue number 3. So as you guys know, we have been doing all of the Extreme Universe in order of release. So I'm pretty sure this is the next one. So we've already done some Youngblood. We did a Brigade. And next up is actually Youngblood 3. And then after that is going to be Youngblood 4. So I don't know how many copies I've got of Youngblood 3. As I go through comic shows, I often buy multiple issues of all of Rob's Extreme Universe stuff. It's just always cool and dynamic. I absolutely love Shaft. I do have the first figure of Shaft. Yes, I got the first figure. They did do another figure after, which I don't have, unfortunately, but great cover, really like packed with colors and the guys. You got Chapel, Die Hard, Shaft on here in the cover. Shaft being prominent, we get to actually see this particular pose in this comic itself. We're starting off, this comic has a lot going on. So I know some of the critiques of Image Comics, particularly Rob's contribution, is that, it's just fighting and there's not really a lot of story. Well, this one actually has a lot of story, and I'm not reviewing this because I'm just giving, I'm just going to give everything 10 out of 10 anyways, because I'm a bit of a shill for the Extreme Universe. But I would say that if I think maybe one critique I could offer is that maybe there's too much in this third issue. So we start off with Prophet, who just looks great. I do have the Prophet figure that they did. He's a really just like dynamic looking character here. So there's the whole thing with the disciples that was sort of continuing from before, and you have his so basically this is Prophet and Sentinel and Kirby fighting these disciple guys in these really interesting looking manga inspired mech machines. You can see here Kirby's been taken down. I think Combat was here as well fighting, and Sentinel is knocked out. So a lot of these guys have been knocked out. Now we cut back to your home team. Now it's established here that basically Shaft is your spokesperson for Youngblood in general. And you've got Bad Rock, or as he was called, Bedrock in the beginnings here before they had to change the name to Bad Rock. Which I'm totally cool with Bad Rock. I think that's just a fine name. No issues there. Really cool image walking towards the reader here, going to a press conference. They discuss action figures here, which I think is really fun, talking about how there's multiple action figures of Shaft. And he's like, why is there so many action? Why is there so many variants and all? Totally cool to talk about that. And yes, I was buying action figures. Of course, I was buying them back then, and I'm still buying them today, in fact. And I got the Rob Liefeld figures just about a month ago from Rob's Whatnot store. And they're signed. Very, very cool. We have a Strong Arm here, who's a character I actually have called Strong Arm that I created as well. It's completely different. Mine's a military hero, but you've got a big, huge guy here, Strong Arm, who's upset with Shaft. This is part of the Four. There's that team of the Four. They're going to play a part in this comic. So a little bit of a confrontation here back and forth on the way to this press conference. Now, here's where the comic gets a little bit, I don't want to say overloaded, but I start to like lose what's going on because we have two teams. I really wish, this is of course thinking in today's times, that they'd have Youngblood. I know they have Team Youngblood, which is a great book, and we're going to eventually get to that. But I almost like if they just would have had Youngblood home team, Youngblood away team, and had two separate comics, and then they could always, interchange them here, or like crossover. This is now, we've got these characters here, which I can never seem to remember these guys. You got these alien guys. They look really cool. Very good, typical kind of Rob design here with your layout of your full guy standing there with stuff happening in space, talking about this this possible traitor to the race here. They're looking for me somewhere on Earth. You can start, maybe it's Cougar, maybe it's Combat. Yeah, it could be anybody. That'll pay off later on, not in this issue. So again, we're introduced to this very, very cool looking character, this lady. And see, I don't even remember their names, and they all had weird names anyway. So this is where I thought you're starting to lose me a little bit. Like, what is this have to do with anything? I wish that they wouldn't have even had this part at this point. Just focus on the stuff with profit. Anyway, or have one team dealing with each problem. But we do cut back to this great press conference here where Shaft deflects questions and answers everything. Gee, who does that look like? Who is this person? Who is that? I don't know who that is. Who could that be? That's really fun. Great little homage to Clark. Anyway, once they finish the press conference, we've got this lady here who does a jailbreak, breaks the 4 out, and big action splash scene. We've already had a couple. We've already had a splash double pager, another double pager. You didn't expect that, did you? You didn't expect there to be double page splashes, did you? Shaft hits her with the arrows, but does not doesn't kill her. Instead she leaves, and these ninjas show up. So you have all these ninja here, and there's a big fight. I love all this. This is all great. The motion lines here. This is right out of manga, and it's so cool. I love the colors here. I like this kind of panel where it's like all scratchy. That's definitely manga inspired. Big, huge fight. Stabbing the guys. Big, super action pose. AP, the action pose here. Shaft looking really strong. He's got a sword there. Bad Rock is now fighting. Again, big fights here. It's all fighting. Great pages. Super like punch to the face there. These guys try to take Chapel on. Are they kidding me or what? You can't take Chapel on. Nails those guys. Blam, 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 blam. Should have done the cross guns like John Woo or something. Those ninja are dead. Dead. They are dead. Oh, there's the fort. They're gonna escape. Oh my god. So the body slide. Yep. And they're gone. However, Gage was apprehended, and this guy's like, shit, it's Gage. Oh. But they got him. Shaft is like not impressed. You know, look at the power here of Shaft. I really like Shaft. He's just so cool. The red and the white really pop for me. I think he's a really neat design. And Die Hard, man. Yeah, Die Hard. Now, this is the character. If you watch that Stan Lee, there's an old show where Stan Lee would show up and coming talent, and Rob and actually Todd and Rob were on there, and he drew Die Hard, and I remember thinking, wow, that's such a neat character. Double page introduction. And yeah, with a lot of these Blood Strike is coming. Oh man, Blood Strike is so cool. Blood Strike is great. You might think, well, yeah, there's a lot of these double splashes, and that sort of makes the story seem lesser. But I actually think that there's more excitement going on where you're like, wow, you know, this one actually had more story than you would normally have. So I understand the complaint of there's a lot of, it's just mostly focused on art and all that. Right. But that's what you're paying for. You're paying for an image. It's Image Comics. You want the images to be dynamic. So I love these comics. I'm not going to apologize for them. I'm going to tell you that I love them, and I can't wait for Youngblood to start again. I'm really looking forward to that. I think Youngblood was a great team. I love Brigade. I love Blood Strike. All of those are great. Supreme is going to be coming up pretty soon as well. And when Supreme first started, I thought that was kind of fun too. Later on, Alan Moore took it to a whole different kind of level, I suppose, with his epic run at the end there. But I really enjoy these comics, so please let me know if you do as well. Love to hear fans talking about this kind of stuff. It's a fun time to be a teenager, going to the comic shops and buying everything new and seeing how exciting it was. So everybody, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and all that other stuff. Until next time.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.